But yeah, so basically since the last time we filmed, we are pregnant.
I'm not ashamed of anything, so I don't mind talking about it.
When you've been through miscarriages or you've been through like fertility issues and stuff, this is the third time I've been pregnant. And then we were like, let's look at IVF as well. 15 tablets throughout the day of like vitamins, blood thinners, steroids. But like just the anxiety and yeah, I'd say almost depression. How can you not think about that? It's so difficult. Hi.
Hi.
We're back. I don't actually know what episode this is because we've got so many different episodes that I'm like editing.
Yeah, it's chaos.
But basically, we're back.
We're back. It's been 3 months.
It's been 3.
Ish. 2.5 months.
So what was the last episode? The last episode was the one we filmed with Charlotte.
No, Jax. Just after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's first week of Feb.
No way. So, wait, first week of Feb. Yeah, so God, it's just, yeah, so basically this episode is just going to be a short one because obviously we've shared the news on social media and I'm guessing everyone that listens kind of follows our journey sort of through social media and Facebook or whatever and then they get to listen. But yeah, so basically since the last time we filmed, we are pregnant.
Yeah. You're pregnant.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I say we.
I like it. I like being included.
But yeah, so it's, and obviously like we did an episode, I can't remember what number episode we did, but obviously we did an episode where we spoke about the miscarriages that we went through and just kind of all the craziness surrounding that and just kind of our journey and our story through that. So I just wanted to, now that I'm pregnant and now that we're past the 3 months mark, I thought it would be nice just to kind of recap where we've been, how we got here, because it definitely wasn't an easy, simple route.
Yep.
And I just think it could be really beneficial because I remember, you know, after the last miscarriages and stuff, should I put like a trigger warning?
No.
Okay. Well, we are going to be talking about miscarriages and stuff just because I'm very aware that it is very triggering for people that have been through stuff like this. So yeah, trigger warning. We are going to be talking about miscarriages and kind of like depression and anxiety and all that kind of stuff that comes with it. But yeah, so I just remember after the last miscarriage and then kind of like when we were searching for answers and searching for, okay, what do we do now? I just remember trying to use the internet and using resources out there in the forms of like podcasts, YouTube videos, like kind of any media that I consume, and just kind of looking for like a bit of advice, I guess.
Yep.
And I just know that it was really helpful for me. And there's someone that I follow, Chloe Fisher. She's Fisher's wife, Fisher as in I'm losing it. But I don't even know how she came about in my life. Oh no, because anyway, she's got this great podcast called Darling Shine, and it's all about like fertility and everything surrounding fertility, basically. And she's, for people that don't know, she hosts it with this girl called Elodie, who's just got this insane story about how her and her partner are on an IVF journey, and then the saddest thing is that he died in an accident. He died surfing?
Surfing, I think. Yeah.
He was like a professional surfer and he died. And then I think when he died, then the IVF took or something like that. But anyway, they got completely ripped off and she ended up having the baby after he'd gone. So he'd never met the baby. And they have this little girl called Minnie, and basically Elodie and Chloe, besties, and Fisher kind of all co-parent and like raise this little girl, and they just document it all, and it's just like the sweetest thing ever. I think I knew about them because there was like a video. Remember that video where the kid, she's on like what's it called, like a little baby jumper thing? What's it called, like the baby holder?
Yeah, like a bounce thing.
Yeah, and Fisher's DJing, and he's like behind, like, you know what I mean? He's from the DJ decks. He's like jumping out to her. Do you remember the video?
Yeah.
And the little kid like, it's just like, anyway, long story. But I think that's how I heard about it. I was like, oh my God, that's like what an amazing podcast that they do. And they just talk about all things fertility. Anyway, this Chloe Fisher, she unfortunately had like 5 miscarriages. a really crazy story. And then now she's pregnant. She's literally due any minute. But she put an episode out on her podcast, and she was talking about her story, and it was like such a success story, and it was obviously filled with a lot of trauma, a lot of heartbreak, but then there's like a happy ending at the end. And so I remember listening to that podcast, and it just gave me a lot of hope, and it gave me a lot of like information. It gave me kind of like a life raft, if that makes sense. So I just thought, I want to do that. I want to kind of put my story out there as well, just for anyone who might want to know how we got to where we got to. It might be helpful, it might be useful. So yeah, where do I even start with it all?
When a man and a woman love each other very much.
Remember that scene on Knocked Up? Ooh, is that it's on the back of the cup.
Is it?
It's on the top of the cup.
Yeah, there's a
you
fly
need to kill that. Oh.
Nice.
Ugh.
Cool. Protein.
Are you gonna...
It wasn't in the drink. It was flying around the drink.
That is so ghetto.
No, it's not.
Okay. So, yeah. So basically, I think, yeah. So from the last when was the last miscarriage was like Thanksgiving.
October-ish. November, yeah.
Yeah. So like November time. And then kind of we went through Christmas. Where was Christmas?
Dubai.
Where were we? Oh, yeah. So we kind of got through that, got through Christmas. And then I guess January time, we were kind of like, right, I think we're ready to try again. Because after you miscarry, you can medically have one period and then you can try again. So I was kind of like, definitely wasn't trying to rush anything, were we? But we were kind of like, okay, I think we're ready. Like we're as ready as we're going to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? We were kind of like that. So we're like, okay, let's try again naturally. And then in the same time, we were like, but let's look at our options as well. So we started exploring adoption, which, wow, what like an insane, there's so much information out there. And I remember saying to you, like, if we go down the adoption route, like you're going to have to take lead on this because it's so complicated. And really like kindly, this woman, I think I reached out on Facebook, or I was searching for like answers on, I can't remember. But anyway, I don't know how, but I got connected with this woman, and she was basically like, hey, Camilla, like, I've adopted my daughter. She's however old. If you want, we can meet up for a coffee and I'll talk to you about that. Doesn't that seem like a lifetime ago since I met up with that lady? Anyway, so I met up with her. She was so sweet, and she gave me loads of information. She'd adopted her daughter from Senegal or
Sierra
Leone. She gave me loads and loads of information, blah, blah, blah. And I came back, told Jim everything, and then we were looking at research, and Jim was like, we can't do what that lady did because it has to be through my American citizenship.
Yep.
So anyway, adoption, we kind of had an understanding about that. So I was like, okay, that's an option. And then we were like, let's look at IVF as well. Just spat then, sorry. Let's look at IVF as well. So we looked at IVF, and by looking at IVF, we went to an IVF doctor that came highly recommended by one of your friends. And yeah, so basically we sat with the IVF doctor, who was completely different personality to our OB-GYNO. Yeah. She was like, our OB-GYNO is charismatic. She's fun. She's energy. We cuddle. She kisses me on the forehead. Like, it's just mother energy. This IVF woman was like...
She wasn't like mean or cruel or anything. She was kind, but she was a robot.
She was just all business. And I kept crying. Yeah. And I was like... Because you're hostile.
Her, yeah, no, but bless her. When you would cry, she'd be like, "I hope I haven't done something to upset you." Like she was.
Yeah, she was concerned, but I was just like, "Hug me."
Yeah, no. She was nice.
But no, she was lovely. She was lovely, and basically, so I always just assumed IVF was for if you can't get pregnant. I didn't really understand what IVF was, but basically, IVF is they make sure whatever's going into the lady, whatever's going into you, the embryo is the best embryo ever.
Right.
Because
they do tests on it. And
yeah, they basically, because you could miscarry because of like a chromosome mix match. So basically when the egg and sperm meet, it all goes together and everything has to connect, like tick, 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 like chromosonically, whatever. Everything has to match for it to be a healthy embryo, right? And basically, you won't know if there's issues till way down the line, basically. You don't know if it's a super healthy one. It might not show straight away. But basically what they can do is they can do all that matching up in like a petri dish with loads of different eggs and sperms, and you can literally select, like, out of like 50 or whatever, they'd be like, boom, you've got 11 great ones. We're going to put that in.
Yeah.
So she explained all that, and we were like, and she was like, it doesn't guarantee no miscarriage, but it highly eliminates miscarriage through chromosome defects.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, you know, in that moment, I was kind of like, let's do that. Like, if we can eliminate.
If we can make a decision that increases the odds,
Yeah.
let's go for that.
But the weird thing about IVF is that it's like, you can choose boy, girl, you can choose eye color.
Yeah, I know you can choose boy, girl. I've heard different things.
Wait, can't you choose like the creme de la creme of all your eggs?
Yeah, but not.
Like an A+ baby.
Yeah, but that's just like the strength of
Oh, right.
what it looks like. It's not like it's going to be smart or an athlete
Tom
or
Brady.
something. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anyway. And then in that meeting, I remember I pulled her at the end. What a surprise. I had a mental breakdown and started crying my eyes out. Because in the conversation, she was like, we can do this, we can do that. She checks you. She looks at your uterus, your eggs reserve. She probably gives you like a comprehensive check. And it's because obviously it's a business as well. Then you go speak to the guy in the finance department. And he explains how much it's going to cost or whatever. But anyway, and I remember I said to her, I was like, we have been trying. We'd only tried for a month or whatever. And I was like, but you've just explained to me that you can make it a lot easier and safer. And I was like, what do I do if I'm pregnant? I was crying my eyes out. And she was like, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, Camilla. Like, don't panic. And I was like, great. Like, don't panic. Stay positive. Like, what? So it was just all very confusing. Anyway, we didn't get pregnant that first month, which is anyone that's trying to get pregnant, you will know that when you get your period is so heartbreaking. And that there's like a 2-week gap when you're most fertile, you try for a baby, there's like a 2-week gap. And that 2-week gap honestly feels like the longest time ever. And then you wait and then you get your period. It's really unfortunate and it's sad. Anyway, and then we waited another month, and this is the 3rd time I've been pregnant, and the longest we've ever waited is 2 months. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we're fertile, baby.
Yeah. Fertile AF.
Fertile AF.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful because I feel like we've been through a lot of shit. And honestly, my heart bleeds for people that have miscarriages after waiting for so long as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard.
It's really eye-opening because like day-to-day life, you don't think about it. So you don't know if someone's been trying for a while and it just never happened or...
Yeah.
So it's one thing you said at the beginning of like, you went to YouTube and got advice or whatever. It's like, I'm not ashamed of anything. So I don't mind talking about it because I do think like, shit, I wish I had heard someone else talk about this before. So, you know, you think like even just talking about it, if it helps someone, but yeah, you never know what someone's going through.
For sure. And especially this IVF thing. So when she was explaining how it works, she tells you all this stuff. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. It can do this. But IVF doesn't always take.
Right.
Like, and it's just like, it's such a hard process for couples and especially like mums to go through all this waiting, all this unknowing, and then it might not even take, and then you have to wait and wait. It's such a long, tedious process. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then nothing prepares you for when you do eventually get that positive pregnancy result. And then, so then the following month we got pregnant again. And so basically like I said before, you wait 2 weeks, obviously. And then, so I was due my period on the Saturday. And I remember it was a Tuesday. And I was like, I wonder if I'll get my period on Saturday. Maybe I'll be pregnant. Remember just being sat at my desk and I was like, I'm going to take one of those early detection tests.
And this is weeks after saying, I'm not going to take tests.
Yeah.
Because all the tests do is stress me out and I obsess over the tests.
Yeah.
And then you tried to do a test as early as you possibly could.
Yeah, because the month before, because I was getting so impatient, I was doing these early detection tests and they were horrible because obviously I wasn't pregnant and it was just heartbreaking. I did like 2 or 3 over a couple of days and obviously it said I wasn't pregnant. And yeah, it just builds your hopes up. And so I was like, oh, I'm not doing it. But for some reason, I was like, I'm just going to do it again. Yeah, and then we did the test I did the test on the Tuesday. So obviously I'm supposed to wait until the Saturday. And then, yeah, I found out we was pregnant, which honestly seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it feels years ago.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so exciting. I was so excited. And, you know, I got to film myself, and it was, you know, a really nice moment, and it was really special and amazing. But it was like, oh my God. Like, it's happening. Like, fuck.
Yep.
There's no going back now. And like, no matter how much we talk about it and like think you're ready, because obviously, like, we can't be any more prepared than, like, you can never be as, you know what I mean? Like, nothing prepares you for it. So yeah, we got that positive test, and thank God for the healthcare system in Dubai. Like, it is so amazing. I rang my doctor, and I was like, shit, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm freaking. I remember saying, I was like, doctor, I'm freaking out. I was like, I just got a positive test. Because basically she said after the last miscarriage, she was like, try again. And she was like, and I know exactly what drugs to put you on. And she was like, and we will get you on them as soon as possible.
Yeah, she said day 1 after your missed period, don't even take a test, just come in. And come in and I'll put you on the meds.
Yeah, she kind of knew. She kind of had like looked at my case and everything, and looked at me, looked at my blood and everything. And she kind of thought she knew what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wasn't completely convinced. So that's why I'm kind of like, I got a bit ahead of myself there. But yeah, so that's why we kind of went to the IVF doctor. She checked me out. And then I also, when I was with the IVF doctor was like, is there anything else? Any other like health complications you've been going through? And I was like, no. And Jim was like, what about your knee? Like, your doctor said you had arthritis in your knee. And then she was like, get that checked out. She was like, because there's certain arthritis that can be linked with miscarriages. And I was like, what? So then...
But then it turned out we didn't know what kind of arthritis you had.
Yeah.
And the only one I knew was from like TV commercials in America. So I obviously said the worst one that happens to like 80-year-olds.
Yeah.
So that's why she panicked, but that's not what you had. So
Right, yeah. But then when we went to see the arthritis doctor, who again I had a breakdown in front of, she said she looked back at my blood. She sent me for blood tests and stuff, and she said that she did say that the meds that my OB-GYN wanted me to put on, she was like, that's the meds that I would put you on, regardless of what your new blood work would say. She was like, because it can be what I had wrong with my joints can be linked with blood clots. So yeah, so then kind of fast forwarding again to the day I found out I was pregnant, rang my OB-GYN. I'm like, hey, I'm freaking out. She's like, come here right now. Literally 3 hours. I'm sat down in her bed, you know, felt super safe with her. And she was like, don't stress. Here we go. And she literally it was like a joke how much medicine she gave me. But so basically I'm on a blood thinner, an injection blood thinner. And this is to help with the blood clots. So the injection blood thinner, and then I'm on an aspirin, a daily aspirin. And this is all to help with the blood flow, because she was saying that could be the reason that you are not, that you're miscarrying, because the baby's not getting enough blood flow. And then obviously and then there's a steroid that I'm on that I take 3 times a day. And she said that that's to kind of lower the immune system, because it might be that my body is attacking the embryo, because it sees it as a foreign body. Then I'm on all the vitamins that like normal pregnant. I'm on like a daily vitamin. Then I'm on like my folic acid.
you're taking like 15 pills a day, something like that.
Yeah.
And a shot every day.
Yeah. So it's like 15 tablets throughout the day of like vitamins, blood thinners, steroids. What else is there on? What else do I have? Oh, and progesterone as well. There's 2 kinds of tablets that I'm on. I'm on this Dufaston, which is a progesterone, which a lot of women have. A lot of women, you will either take it orally, you might take it as an injection, or you might take it vaginally. Is that the word?
Yeah.
What's the word for that? Anyway, a suppository.
No, that's a prebot.
Oh, okay. Vaginally. So
Vaginally.
there's like 3... Grow up. There's like 3 kinds of progesterone that you can have, and it kind of depends on the severity of it all. Of like, your doctor decides like how severe not how severe, but how, because basically if you don't take it orally, if you have it as an injection or the other way, that's like it gets to you a lot quicker. So, but I'm just having it as an injection, and then I'm also taking this like magnesium thing that's supposed to strengthen my uterus as well. So I'm basically just off my tits on drugs.
The pile of medicine was like out of a comedy movie.
Yeah.
When we went to the pharmacy, it was.
Yeah.
They gave us like a shopping bag.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of meds, and it's like at the beginning, because I'm obviously like feeling super not like all the pregnancy symptoms that you get in the first trimester. I'm having all of that, but then it was like this mental. I can't describe what it. I'm quite a strong person, like physically. No, I'm quite a strong person mentally, but like just the anxiety and yeah, I'd say almost depression. And in terms of it being, I'd say depression because it was so crippling and consuming, but just this dread and worry. So I was taking all these tablets and stuff, but I didn't know if it was going to work.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know like if this, I just didn't know if it was going to work because it's so complicated. Like growing a baby is fucking, like it's not easy. So yeah, for those first 12 weeks, I was just not myself at all. That's why the podcast didn't even get thought about.
Yeah.
And it was just so hard. And I just remember being so sick of taking all these tablets. And I was like, there's no escape. Like I wanted to just have a day off. I wanted to literally just take myself out of my body, put myself like somewhere else just for 10 minutes and not think about it. Because when you've been through miscarriages or you've been through like fertility issues and stuff, it's how can you not think about that? It's so difficult. So, those first 12 weeks were so, so, so tough.
Yeah.
And it was just, and because I was physically sick as well, like, no, not physically, like nauseous, killer headaches. Like the headaches, I didn't even know that was a thing. The headaches were like, if you ever do a handstand or you're ever upside down, and as soon as you go back up, your head's like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
It was just like that constantly. It felt like someone had a tube. You stand on a hose pipe and you slow things down. It felt like I was like, that's what it feels like the blood to my brain, the nausea. And it was just like, it was so much. And I just remember thinking, get me to 12 weeks. I was like, after 12 weeks, I don't even care if I don't feel better. Like if I know that baby is safe.
It's a different situation. It's a different mindset.
But wow, those first 12 weeks were tough.
Yeah.
And like, oh my God, hats off to mums out there that do it. Like it's no joke. And I still now feel sick and stuff. It's like, it's so intense.
But yeah, that whole experience, like, and I'm at work and anytime I'd see a notification that you called or messaged, like if you called, I thought I was going to answer the phone to you crying, saying, let's go to the hospital. Like it was, I mean, obviously it's worse. I don't want to,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to compete here, but it was horrendous.
Just the worry.
Yeah,
it's
just the worry,
isn't it?
It's all you think about.
It's just like mental gymnastics.
For months.
And there's no escape.
No.
And like the tablets as well. Like some of them are really big, and it's like just having to take them. You're like, I'm like a proper slave to these tablets. Like it's like, and there was 2 days where I missed tablets, and oh my God, the panic there, the freak out. But obviously, like if you miss a day, it's
one dose.
It is fine.
But it's amazing, like the benefits of technology. You got an app that keep track of everything with reminders, and it's really, really good.
Yeah. There's a really good app called MediSafe. If anyone ever has to take like a lot of meds, I recommend that because you literally just put in all your tablets, and then as soon as you take them, you tick them off, so you can just keep on track with it. Because it's just, if you have a lot of medicine, it's so complicated. Like this morning, I took my tablets and I forgot to mark it off. Then I went back to take my 11 o'clock and I was like, shit, did I take my tablets this morning? Because your memory of if you did is so...
It's all blurred.
It's like when you park in a car park all the time and you don't know where your car is. You're like... But yeah, so I'm like almost 16 weeks now. Baby's fine. We see baby on the thing.
We see him or her wriggling around. We're not going to find out what the gender is. The doctor said that she could tell on the last one. And she was dying to tell us.
Yeah, she's so excited.
She was dying to tell us.
She's so excited. But that's just because she's so lovely and she's so excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a crazy ride. And we're obviously like not even halfway yet. Oh my God.
Long way to go.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, the mind is a powerful thing, because for me now that I know I'm past that 12-week mark, because, you know, statistically after 12 weeks, your chance of miscarrying is a lot lower, and the further on you get in your pregnancy, it's a lot lower. So for me, like, I really, really, really am trying to tell my brain, or trying to use my mental strength to get me through the day. Like, I'm not trying to be a hero. Like, if I feel sick or I feel lightheaded or I feel tired, I will just sit down and relax. But like, there are moments where I'm like, I know I can push through. Like, because it would be so easy for me just to not do anything and blame it on the pregnancy.
Yeah.
But because I was in that such a dark place for so long, I just felt how contagious being like depressed and down is. It's literally just like, you just have momentum of like feeling shit, and it's like, you gotta break. I was telling myself, like, I have to break this cycle. Like, and I was like, there are literally people in poverty, or people that work like fucking 13-hour days, 6-7 days a week, pregnant. Like, I can get through this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I know you should never compare yourself to other people, but we're humanity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to like look back at history to help you sometimes. And
Yeah, of course.
the fact that so many people do this all the time, like, it gives you a lot of strength, you know?
Yeah, and I always try to use, excuse me, I always try to like logic it out that the doctor kept saying that the medicine is going to help.
Yeah.
And we literally could not have found out any sooner.
Exactly.
And we were on medicine from day one. So,
Yeah.
and it's worked.
Yeah, which is just so weird. But like, yeah, like when we go to scans and that and we see the baby, it's cool. It's so cool. You see the heartbeat, you see the baby, like, it looks like a little baby. You see like the little fish spine.
Yeah, spine was weird.
But the whole thing is weird.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird. And when I look, I'm like, I don't know if that's like a normal feeling. If I'm not supposed to be like, la 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 la.
Well, when we went to the 12-week scan, we couldn't see a baby initially, could we?
No, we couldn't see. Oh yeah, you have like a really in-depth scan at 12 weeks.
Where they check stomach, bladder, all like of the baby.
Yeah, they literally look at like the organs of the baby.
But we couldn't see the baby.
Because I was full of gas.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're full of gas. We can't see anything." I thought, yeah, I know. I could have told you. Why don't you just ask me if I was gassy? Could have saved everyone 5 minutes and embarrassment. So, yeah, I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, I don't want every episode we talk about pregnancy and stuff. And because I don't, you know, I want to keep this lighthearted and fun. And it's kind of like a bit of therapy to like switch off when we come in here. But yeah, I did want to talk about it and like my journey. And yeah, that medicine is amazing.
Yep.
I'm so grateful to be in Dubai with an amazing healthcare set up. Like, Dubai spoils anyone that lives in Dubai. We are completely spoiled, and I'm just so grateful to be spoiled right now. Like, yeah, the healthcare system out here is unreal. I'm so looked after.
And you've been doing really well with taking the meds even when you don't want to. Like, you've been disciplined.
Have I, though?
No, of course you have. You missed like 2 doses.
Yeah.
In months out of 15 pills a day. So,
Yeah.
you know, I know there's times where it sucks to take them and stuff, but like you're putting in the work.
Yeah. And I'm moving a lot more now. Like, there was a time.
You're in the gym.
I'm going back to the gym, doing spin classes, Pilates, bar. Like, I'm proper moving my body because, wow, that, like I said, those first 12 weeks, I was wearing my Apple Watch on some days, and there was a day. And I was like, I've done fuck all today. All I've done is eat shit. And I've gone from couch to toilet to bed to couch. Like, I'd done nothing. And I'd done like 600 steps.
That's impressive. Like
600. I know, you would think I was like doing long steps. Like, that's how little they are. I was like, no, I've actually, like, it was just how little I was doing. But now I'm back. I'm trying to hit 10,000 steps a day. And I'm doing a class every morning, trying to.
Yeah.
Which is really good and fun. But it's weird, like when you're training with like a different meaning now. Like, I used to like in a spin class or a HIIT class, you're like proper go for it and sweat. I'm like just burning calories. Like, I just wanted to be a skinny little bitch. But now I'm just like strengthen my body and center my body. I'm thinking about like my posture and stuff, which is probably the sensible way to do it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a crazy road, crazy
is.
ride.
You went to a brunch. You got it getting out of the house, having a good time.
I couldn't wait to leave that brunch.
Really?
We went to the biggest party brunch in Dubai. Anyway, listen, before this, we go off on a tangent. I just want to cap it there.
Sure.
And kind of just, I just wanted this episode to be about, how we got to where we are and that we're all right.
Yep.
We're trucking on. We're kind of out of the crazy beginning zone.
Now we're into the, oh shit, this is real.
Is it? It doesn't feel real,
I know.
though.
I know.
Why doesn't it feel real?
I don't know.
I mean, my body's definitely changing. Like, my boobs are huge. My belly is, like, big. But my belly's just, like, I don't think it's stiff like a pregnant belly yet. I don't know. None of it feels real.
No.
Maybe it won't feel real till baby's here.
That happens sometimes. That's the other thing is everything we've ever Googled is, that's normal. That can happen. It can be normal.
Yeah.
Everything.
My legs feel like they're falling off. Normal. Yeah. The back of my head hurts. Normal. Yeah. My ribs feel like they're caving in. Completely normal.
Yeah. Itchy as hell. Normal.
Itchy. Yeah, last night I was like, I'm so itchy. But that's the thing, like, because I'm doing these daily injections, I used to just be like, oh, I'm just going to own it. It's just a few bruises here and there. But wow, this week they are bad.
Yeah.
Like, my whole belly's like green.
Is it?
Yeah. And like where my seatbelt is, you know, when you just lean forward to check no one's in your blind spot, it's just like,
Yeah. Because it's a blood thinner injection. So if you even like tap a blood vessel, it just is a bruise like this.
My blood is so thin.
Yeah.
Ugh. But we're getting through it. And this will all be a memory one day.
Yeah, we'll look back on this like we used to watch home videos.
I wonder if we will.
Yeah, if our kids being a little shit.
Why do you always bring that back to our kids being little shits?
Because then we show them like the effort.
Why are you such a hard ass? You were saying this about, I was like, my belly's so bad. You were like, we can show this to the kids. Like, stop being a little shit. Look at your mum's tummy. Like, why are you so aggressive?
Sometimes you have to be.
All right, okay. Just chill out. Poor baby. Poor baby's like... But we're good. We're all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Let's just see. I do hope one day, like, I obviously love doing the podcast and stuff. And I do, like, I dream one day that, like, if our kids aren't completely embarrassed by us, that our kids would watch this back and be like,
yeah.
And just see what we were up to.
Yeah.
I mean, future kid. So yeah, let's leave it there. I was trying to think if anyone asked any questions because I did put it out there on the podcast.
I didn't get a single question.
Oh, did you not see them on the thing though?
No, I'm not logged into the podcast one.
Oh yeah, someone said, "Oh, do you have name picks already? Are you going to find out what you're having?" So yeah, we're going to keep it as a surprise. We have got names picked. We've got a good boy name picked.
We've got a good boy name, and we've got a list of maybe 8.
Yeah, we've got a potential girl name. So and then people are just being nice. Oh yeah, and then kindly touch on Jim's pregnancy sickness symptoms. You had only at the beginning.
Only at the beginning, yeah.
You had pregnancy symptoms.
Sympathy, morning sickness.
Yeah, which I was kind of like, this is pathetic, but kind of cute. But why don't you have them anymore? You don't care anymore.
No, I'm not sympathetic whatsoever about what's going on. Over it. It's a real thing, though. We Googled it.
Oh, and of course, normal.
Yeah, of course.
Everything's normal.
Yeah.
Everything's normal. I would like it if the dog realised that I was changing. Dogs still don't have a clue.
No.
No
not
idea.
Not even a little bit.
No idea what we're going to do there. It's going to be chaos.
She's nowhere near as bad as you portray.
But she just comes at you.
Yeah, she just doesn't have any...
Spatial awareness.
Yeah.
And the baby's going to be very sensitive.
Yeah, but overall, she's quite chill. She definitely is.
If you think, like, if baby was just on the couch, you don't think Penny would just jump all over baby?
I'm not sure.
100%.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know what we're going to do with that dog.
We'll see.
That will be a fun episode. Hopefully she just slows down. When does she slow down? How many years old?
Like when she's 8?
Great. She's 2 now. Fantastic. Anyway, let's leave that there. And I guess, like, if anyone has any questions, re the pregnancy, please just slide in our DMs and I'll try and answer what I can. But yeah, we're good. We're good. In a few weeks, we're going to be halfway there. We're having a baby shower in the UK, which will be really cool. yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Baby Ruda incoming.
Nice. All right, let's leave that there.
Okay.
Cut.
Yeah.
Rude Awakening. You guys are killing it. Rude Awakening.